Hey guys, today we're playing, if you couldn't already tell, Blade Runner for the PC. This is quite an old game, so it's gonna look kind of primitive, especially with these CD-ROM cutscenes. I had to run this in 256 color mode. On compatibility mode for Windows 98, it was quite a chore to actually get this running on Windows 7, but I'm excited that I was actually able to and share this game with you. So I wouldn't necessarily call this a sequel. This is kind of a side story. It's kind of taking place at the same time as the film. He plays a different detective. This is actually
leaving now.
Well, I checked to make sure everything worked before I recorded it, so this is technically the second time I've seen this, but I've never really played this game. It came out around the PlayStation era, around 98, probably 97, and stupid me, instead of getting this game, I got Jurassic Park Trespasser, because on paper it sounded awesome. And it ended up being a terrible game, and I wish I saw this. But at the same time, I didn't see Blade Runner until a few years later, when I actually heard and read about it, because I remember seeing the video cover in the video stores, and I always walked past it because, I mean, I'm not trying to break anybody's heart, but the cover art on the original video was pretty terrible, and it just, if you'd walk past it not knowing what it was, it looked like a really low budget, terrible movie just based on the cover work alone. Like, the characters looked kind of weird on the cover. So this is a side story. One thing that's distracting is the characters don't look like human beings. You can obviously tell they're made out of polygons. I'm surprised this never came out on PlayStation, because the PlayStation would have been fully capable of this. If you ever played those games, was it the Fear Effect games? It kind of uses that, where it uses the polygons on top of the digital moving backgrounds instead of the static backgrounds like Resident Evil does. So it's kind of video and then the sprites on top of it, but it's a point and click. You can't tell already. They're using the voiceover narrative like the original cuts of Blade Runner, which a lot of people don't like, and I have the final director's cut version, or whatever it's called, the final cut, the definitive version that doesn't have the voiceover. And I have to say, after watching it on the Sci-Fi channel a few months ago, I kind of missed the voiceovers, and they didn't have that cut when this came out, so they kind of have that noir narrative, which I actually kind of like. The voice acting is surprisingly good on this game. This is a point and click game. From what I heard, I haven't played through this. You're probably playing it with me. I only know like a few things about it. But this game's supposedly supposed to run, not necessarily, I don't want to say real time, because a day I don't think actually lasts 24 hours, but time goes on, and if you're not at a place at a certain time, you miss out on things. Supposedly the new Final Fantasy is supposed to be like that. I know most of you guys don't like JRPGs, even though I wouldn't consider the new one, Lightning Returns, coming out even as an RPG, because it's kind of an action-based game. But they weren't able to secure the rights of the soundtrack from the film for this game, and the composer, don't ask me what his name is, you can look it up on Wikipedia, Internet Movie Database. He had to basically re-record the soundtrack to sound like the movie, and I have to say he did quite a commendable job.
I thought you were on special assignment.
Right now it's like Mystery Science Theater 3000 for me, because we're just watching a cutscene. Usually I skip through the cutscenes in my little gameplay videos, but it doesn't work well for this type of game, because it's like a point and click, and part of the gameplay is watching the story. So this is a point and click game. You don't use a controller or anything. I don't know if there's even a controller option. Like, this is an old game. I had to go to forums just to see how to get this game running. I've always wanted to play it. I don't know if I'll do more videos of this game or not, especially since it's a point and click. I don't know how hard it's going to be. There's a like a director's version of this game or something in the options, which I heard is super hard. You'll probably see it when I show it to you, or it might be a developer's cut or whatever, where you don't get as many clues or something, and it makes the game harder. But as you can see, instead of the static backgrounds from Resident Evil,
no self-respecting human would own one of those frauds.
The backgrounds are quite animated. See, there's a designer's cut. I will not click on this. When you interrogate people, it's weird that you have to click on it and click on like the different kind of tones that he takes when he talks to people, but you actually have to switch it from the options menu, which is weird. But anyway, let's try to play this. Let's go talk to the cop. I'm gonna be normal.
What do you know?
About 30 counts of animal murder and 1 of aggravated assault. The shop's been thrashed. You ought to see this Tiger Cup.
After playing Snatcher, I really wanted to play this game. I've always really wanted to play it after seeing Blade Runner. When I first saw Blade Runner, I really didn't like it, but I think I was too young to understand the undertones of everything.
At least 2.
I didn't see the different cuts and all that stuff. When I got a little bit older, I'd say about, I don't know, 16, 17, I grew to really appreciate it. I'm gonna hover around things to see if it's interactive. With the guy that's watching my Forza review, he said I sound like I'm on heroin. I guess that's because a lot of times I play this, I'm drowsy and I get like super shy when I record these and I don't know what to say, so maybe I do sound stoned out of my mind, but no. I'm not on heroin, if that was a concern. Let's talk to this guy. He doesn't even look, this guy looks like he's sprite based.
I'm absolutely certain Lucy Devlin was involved in this heinous act. She's the young girl who works.
You know, the characters might be sprite based instead of polygons. I could have sworn, seeing this game at a different time, that the characters were made out of polygons, but you know, what do I know? Still, I think this could have been done on the PlayStation. Surprised this didn't get some sort of follow-up.
Can you think of anything they might have been after?
First, I thought they wanted money, but I don't keep any in the shop. Then I thought they wanted to steal my animals, but they started executing them.
Could they have been replicants?
Who else would be capable of such barbaric acts?
I kind of purposely stayed quiet so you could read the scroll. I believe that's the exact same scroll from the movie. I don't know it word for word, but I should be a little bit more aggressive with this guy. I'm gonna be surly, excuse me. Shirley's from Airplane. I just want to see what the difference is.
You ever do any business with the replicant manufacturers, Tyrell Corporation?
I resent that accusation.
Just wondering.
Officer, last May I personally sold Governor Colvig an exquisite Bergeron coat. I have been a guest at his house on 3 separate occasions. Do I look like I need to carry artificial product?
So, if we do the bone marrow on these animals, there won't be any surprises.
Don't you have anything better to do with the taxpayers' money than perform superfluous autopsies?
Do you know anybody who works at Tyrell
really.
Corporation?
A couple of genetic designers are old friends of mine.
Such as?
Well, you know how tight security is there. It would be a betrayal of trust to mention names. And they have nothing to do with this.
I assume you're talking about some of those fruitcakes on DNA Row.
That's a horrible thing to say about people, Detective.
Sorry.
My precious one. She was my baby.
I don't know if I need to get mean with this guy or not. Like I said, this is the first time I've really played this. I wonder what happens if I'm polite.
Tell me about this Lucy.
There's not a lot I can tell you. She's only worked for me for about a month. She's about 14 years old with pink hair. A very attractive young thing.
How'd you find her?
She
I
came
have
to
to
me
say,
with
for a
reference from
point and click,
Ogilvy's in the
that's
Northwest
one of the
Zone.
first times
And
I've
he's
ever
a
seen
very
the
reputable
feature for a
wholesaler.
game this
Treat
old
her well?
actually picked at different
well
kinds
as
of
any young cop
emotions
should
you
be
can
treated.
take to
She got a
talk to
desk?
somebody.
Or someplace where she
Or
worked?
different
She used
mannerisms.
to eat over there.
Whatever word you want to use.
I'm ruined. Totally ruined.
Oh, shut up. So, I'm guessing I only can interact with the things that change color or what?
Judging from the distance between the prints, I was looking for two very big men. One dragged his right foot, indicating a possible injury or lameness. The other appeared a lot more controlled,
I
graceful even.
accidentally came
Quite
to
a
the
pair.
screen. I don't know what it actually does.
Judging from the distance between the prints, I was looking for
About 30 counts of animal murder and one of aggravated assault.
I'm absolutely certain Lucy Devlin was involved in this heinous act. She's the young girl who works for me. There's not a lot I can tell you. She's only worked for me for about a month. She's about 14 years old with pink hair. A very attractive young thing.
Crime scene database. Seems to be a lot to this game. I don't want to bore you guys and try to click on things and not know what it is. If you guys want to see more of this game after I'm done making this video, let me know.
Precious one. She was my baby.
We'll go over here. What the hell is that thing?
a toy dog.
That looks polygonal. Are you gonna say something about it? Oh well, I guess I got a toy dog.
A candy bar. Yuck.
A candy
isn't
bar.
that cute?
I hope this doesn't follow the point and click cliches of having random puzzles that don't make any sense, that
Howie
are quite
Lee's
silly.
in Chinatown. I'd eaten there myself.
So I guess we got a clue to go to Chinatown. There has to be something we missed in the other room. Let's see. Highlight it now that I have some sort of idea
You got any
that
discs from that camera?
It's irrelevant.
that when it changes
Those
colors, I can
murderers
click
also
on something.
destroyed the camera. Thousands of Jinyens worth.
Maybe it photographed them before they shot it out.
I guess you've got a point at that.
That guy looks like a stereotypical 1920s director. All he's missing. Maybe he has one.
This is the disc from last night.
That's a monocle. I believe he just is wearing glasses. I can't tell by the awesome sprites that he's based on, but I don't know if I'm playing on low settings or not.
Judging from the distance between the prints, I was looking for two very big men.
Where can I play this video? Do I have to actually go somewhere? Slowly hovering the mouse around, hope we find something.
All my animals.
I could have sworn it changed color.
See if you can dig up that reference from Ogilvy's.
Yes, it's somewhere here. Just a moment.
I have to actually wait to watch him walk, or can I look at shit?
Here you are.
Has to be more in here that I'm missing. Is there like a dead bird around here or something? Maybe he has a little bit extra to say.
Stick around. I may not be finished with you.
All my animals.
Let's get out of here.
It didn't add up. Animal murders, the lack of any theft. The small animals alone were worth a good chunk of change on the street. It seemed more like an act of vengeance.
I wonder if you get to use that zooming thing that they have where you can analyze stuff like on the movie. I'm sure they do. I believe I remember seeing a screenshot of it.
Zilcho. Row actions inside. Abstract art. All over the walls and ceiling.
I never did appreciate art.
Can I talk to any of these folks?
Canvass the area. Maybe somebody had his eyes open.
I'm on it.
Scratches and paint flecks, and I knew what they meant. Unless the city had bought a jet black fire truck, somebody had a big fat traffic ticket coming.
Find something?
Piece of chrome.
From a car?
No, I think it's horse chrome. Bag it and tag it.
Maybe I have to go to the police headquarters to find out what all this stuff is. Let me talk to
Find
him.
anything else out here?
Zilcho. Row actions inside. Abstract art. All over the walls and ceiling.
Let's see if we have somewhere we can go. From when I tried the game, I do know that you can go in. Although I never tried to drive anywhere. But I imagine this is how you get somewhere. I'm gonna go to the police headquarters first, even though I saw evidence of the Chinese food restaurant place. I think it's from the movie where Harrison Ford was when he was eating those noodles. I haven't seen the movie in a while, so I can't tell you what the places are called from memory. I know that's sad for all you die-hard Blade Runner fans. They're supposedly supposed to be making a prequel or a sequel eventually to this movie. They better hurry up before Ridley Scott dies. I can't believe how old he is. He's like 75.
Mainframe and laboratory. Lockup. Ground floor. Mainframe and shooting laboratory. Mainframe and shooting range. Laboratory. Roof. Laboratory.
Guessing I should go in the lab. Unless I have all this equipment in my office.
Got anything new for me, Dino?
I was wondering when you'd show your mug around here, McCoy. We got the animal corpses from Runciter's, but there wasn't a whole lot to work with.
Bone marrow?
About 50% were real, the rest were fakes.
So, Runciter was ripping his customers off.
State-of-the-art fakes. Miles beyond the crap you see on Animoid Row.
The kind that comes from legit manufacturers?
Yeah, they're the ones that usually produce the quality.
What about the wounds?
Most of them were shot point blank, but we're looking at some others. Sloppy cuts
I
with a
didn't
knife.
think to look
like
to
the
see if
perp
this
was really
game has
pissed off at something.
subtitles, but I didn't see
What's your
that it
name?
had them.
Could be, but who cuts meat anymore?
Nice bunch of reps I'm tailing. Hope you're not pulling a meat cleaver out of my back next week.
I had a lot of clues, but I have no idea how to examine them. Do I have to select this and then talk to the people?
She came to me with a reference from Ogilvy's in the Northwest Zone, and he's a very reputable wholesaler. There's not a lot I can tell you. She's only
Scratches and paint flecks, and I knew what they meant.
Most of them were shot point blank, but we're looking at some others. Sloppy cuts with a knife.
Howie Lee's in Chinatown. I'd eaten there myself.
So I'm guessing I can't look at this stuff. Let me see if there's subtitles right quick. I don't think there is. I thought this video might have been more interesting than it should be, but since I don't know what I'm doing, unlike when I usually play these kind of games where I've finished it once, this is probably quite boring to you guys.
Mainframe and shooting range. Ground floor.
I must have an office. This looks office-y. You double click, he appears to run.
Bryant go on permanent leave and you get full use of the office, Lieutenant?
You know the procedure. Dump it all in the mainframe upstairs and I'll read it later.
You got it.
Probably should have went to the mainframe then. You hurry up. Was it really necessary to make me watch him run the whole time?
Mainframe and shooting range.
Violent street crime in the city rose again last year by a whopping 26%, according to the latest figures from the Department of Justice. Governor Kolvig attributed the change to the dramatic increase in the number of specials.
I wanted to click on the TV. Oh, look, there's a reference to Decker.
Registered as
Cute.
city residents and promised a tough new set of standards for the City Immigration Bureau by next month.
This looks like I can investigate my evidence.
Scanning video disk. 2 enhanceable images found. Adding enhanceable photographs to Kaya database.
Ooh, do I get to zoom into them? This, like on the movie, this looks pretty exciting. Let's see what we can find. Doesn't look like there's anything out there. I went to the wrong way. How do you zoom out? I don't know what all you futuristic buttons do. Maybe if I go across the whole thing. I feel like I need to rewatch the movie just to operate this thing. Oh, I'll just right click. What is this? Come on. Zoom into the effing thing. There's a rabbit. That's as close as we're gonna get. I guess it's not important. It's on the TV. Hopefully something important. I still zoom in. That's a good sign. I guess it wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. I'm probably looking at the wrong photograph, knowing my luck. Trying to remember where all the broken stuff was. Maybe there's something on that TV screen. Nope. See, maybe he's reading something important. I don't know if there's anything on here worth even checking out. I'm probably wrong.
Run sitter crime scene.
Here, this looks like a suspicious character.
He looks familiar. Give me a hard copy of that.
Yeah, I found something actually useful. Do I have to actually put a print button? What are you reading? Guess it's not important. There's a dog. Wasn't that loose before? I have it. Looks like I can zoom in on it more. I didn't mean to zoom in there. Not getting the hang of this. Man, I bet this video is gonna be awesome. And still zoom in. Well, I don't think there's anything worthwhile over there. Let's get out of here.
Uploading personal clue database. Downloading mainframe clue database.
Hopefully this will give me
Clue
something
database
decent.
transfer complete.
This kind of reminds me of Jordan from Snatcher, which was the computer that you used to look up stuff.
Database. Downloading mainframe clue database.
Alright, what does that do?
Clue database transfer complete.
I'm so lost. An instruction manual would have been great. Do I get more stuff to look at, or is that it? How do I get out of here? Alright, I'm gonna stop here because this video is just going to drag.
Ryan finally letting you play with the big boys.
My clearance come through?
You bet. You bring your piece.
I'm gonna actually wait till they're done talking.
Running the maze every other day for 2 weeks, and the targets are getting a little roughed up.
I thought Guza was gonna requisition some new ones.
I ain't seen him down here in a month. Guess he's been busy.
Poor guy. I bet he gets all tuckered out from pushing those papers around.
And don't sell him short, McCoy. Guza could be one tough hombre. I remember when we worked mice together. He poured acetone on 2 pimps that gave us some lip and lit a match. I'll tell you, it looked like the goddamn 4th of July out there.
Peachy.
Oops, didn't mean to pull out my piece. Alright, I'm gonna stop here. Yeah, this video is gonna drag because I'm still trying to figure out what the hell I'm doing. So I'll say this game, if you want to see more of it, let me know, but I don't know if this was a terribly interesting video. It was more of an experiment than anything in me playing this, and I figured some of you Blade Runner fans out there that might not know that this game exists, it does exist, but you might have to work a little hard to get it running on your current system, but it seems pretty deep and pretty accurate to the movie, so you know, I definitely would give it a shot if you have the opportunity. But anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. And I won't do any adventure games anytime soon on any of the next videos, so they'll be fairly interesting instead of me trying to feel around the game blindly and kind of dragging you along with me. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.